The question is, how much change is good change? In this case, all the change. Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back, like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? Literally right back, like I never left. A little bit of an earlier video for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been dropping late lately, but I'm trying to do better with that. You know what I'm saying? So midday with it. Um, I wanted to talk to y'all about an article that was released about a week or so ago. Credit goes to Jory Epstein from Yahoo Sports, one of the best reporters on Cowboys news. And her story was, I think, one she got around the Super Bowl, and it was from Dak Prescott, and they were talking about how much change will be happening to the Cowboys offense. And it got me to thinking, how much do I want this offense to change? You're talking about an offense that's been top three in the last 3 to 4 years, like with Dak at the helm, offense that's been humming. You know what I'm saying? But it has its moments. This offense has had its moments where it goes against premium defenses, and I can hear you now. That's because of the quarterback. I don't mind hearing that. And the scheme gets exposed because when you're going against lesser talent, your scheme is going to look better. But when you're going against the San Francisco 49ers, you can't run 4 stops, 4 curl routes. You can't be running option routes without premium talent. You can't have your receivers overthinking the route when they already got to try to outdo premium talent across from them. It's just different to me. So, I started to think, well, one of the first things I would do is take out the majority of the option routes. And I'm not saying that we can't have a couple of them in there. No. Just for specific situations, you got one play, you got a certain look, you're like, this is perfect for an option route. I'll run this here. Not when the game is on the line. And I feel like, and I've never got a chance to tell you guys this theory. I got a theory about Kellen Moore's option routes where I don't think that he was running 4 curls or 4 stops. The option routes are dictated by what the defense is showing you. If the defense figures out that you're going to run a certain route, if they show you a certain look, they can predict the route you're going to run. You feel me? Maybe I'll flesh this out in another video more thoroughly. Especially, I said I wanted to talk about what the West Coast offense will look like with Dak at the helm. I've been doing a little bit of research. I'm trying to give y'all more than just a better understanding of what the West Coast offense will look like for us. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been able to drop that yet because I want to do a good job with it. But this theory makes sense to me. If San Francisco or any reputable defense knows if we give them this look, they always going to choose the curl. Especially with receivers that aren't as cerebral as, or might not have been able to become as cerebral as Amari Cooper. And I'm not trying to downplay none of our receivers. I'm just saying, if they know, okay, if they fall back a certain amount of yards, if they look like this, if the corner opens up like this, we run the stop or we run the curl. They'll always force you to run the curl because in their minds, all I got to do is make a tackle. If I can break on the ball fast enough, I can make an interception. Like, you can dictate what the offense is going to give you, in essence. So I think that a lot of those times we would get frustrated with the option routes. I don't think that they were called 4 curls. They won't never come out and say it. I think they were called like, okay, if these options are available, you go deep, you curl, you break in, slant, whatever. And I think that because of the way the defense decided to show, 4 curls is what we got. And then Dak has to make a choice. Now, Dak could just throw the ball away. That's something that he has to work on. Like I said, this isn't Dak is absolved from everything. This is just my thought process on it. But when he talks to Jory Epstein, I'll bring him back to the article, and he says he thinks it's going to change 20 to 30%. I think that's some of the changes that we're going to make. He talks about it being a more crisp, more precise offense, and that's what the West Coast offense is designed for. Getting the ball, 3-step drop, get the ball out. Slants, throws to the halfback. That's an extension of the running game in this offense. Halfbacks that can catch, Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, a new running back are going to be important because that's going to be a part of the offense, like seriously. Um, I think that we're going to find a way to get the ball into our playmakers' hands. You've seen how like even our young tight ends, Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, they are dynamic with the ball in their hands. A lot more dynamic than I might have thought when they were drafted. We're going to get the balls into their hands quickly. You know what I'm saying? So they can make plays after the catch. You know how CeeDee Lamb is. He's one of the best yards after the catch receivers in the league. Getting the ball in his hands quick is going to be important. Like I said, he said that 20 to 30% is basically just about, um, he said, it's going to be great to dial in. This is specifically from Dak. Great to dial in. Fix some things, get sharper, get crisper. I'm excited. Now he said, I'm not necessarily excited about Kellen Moore leaving because that was his man's. That was his boy. Who doesn't want to work with their man's? You know what I'm saying? Problem is, sometimes when you work with your peer that close, you can't see the pitfalls. He can't point out the bad things because he don't want to hurt your feelings. I think Mike McCarthy, knowing that his job is on the line, I feel like Brian Schottenheimer or Shotty, or like we like to call him now, um, realizing that this is his chance to make a elevated stance in the league again. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to take this seriously. I think they're going to coach Dak hard. I think Dak deserves to be coached hard and pushed to the next level. I feel like he's hit his ceiling. Listen clearly. Dak has hit his ceiling with what Kellen Moore can get out of him because Kellen Moore had great concepts and things like that, but he wasn't going to coach Dak hard enough like Kitna would have. You know, Dak needs someone that's going to push him some. I feel like he will receive that well. I don't feel like he would get mad and push back and be a diva. I feel like he will take that, go harder. Dak's a hard worker. Dak built that whole field. What do they call it? The Dak yard. Dak built a whole field behind his house. He gonna get with whoever his receivers are. They gonna get on the same page. But that's peer work. You gotta have someone from above. That's why they say that great people always need a mentor. Someone that can point out and see things you can't see. And say, you need to work on that. That'll make you a better person. That'll make you a better entrepreneur. That'll make you a better business person. That'll make you a better employee, athlete, teammate. You need someone that can point those things out. That's where Mike McCarthy, our soon to be hopefully named quarterback coach, and I know sure it is, Brian Schottenheimer, etc. That gets enough scrutiny from the fans. Trust me, more than half his fan, like 70% of his fan base hate on him daily. Then you got the other 31 teams that hate on him religiously. You got maybe one person in the media, maybe two that like him, and the other 40 main national media members dislike him. Like he gets enough of that. But he's strong enough to like outlast and overlook that stuff. I like that. But I do need someone within, someone that he trusts, somebody that's helping him grow to help him build. That's what I'm looking forward to with the change. That 20 to 30% change. It's not all about that throwing the whole offense out. Make the small changes, but keep the terminology similar, comfortable, things like that, because we have had tremendous success in this system. You can't say we haven't. You can't say we haven't. Like the numbers speak for themselves. Dak Prescott missed 6 games last year, came back and threw 23 touchdowns? Missing 6 games. I don't care what you say. You give Dak back those 5 or 6 games, he throws for 34 touchdowns easily. Easily. You could just say he only throws for 10. 30 at bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? A 30 touchdown year. Now you can say he threw 15 interceptions. He was pressing. Please go get this man some weapons. Go get him some weapons. That's along with the 20 to 30% change. Go get him some weapons. When I say weapons, go get him a veteran receiver. I don't care if it's Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks, OBJ, DeAndre Hopkins. I don't care. Figure it out. Don't go get me Jarvis Landry. I don't want no dollar store, Dollar General receiver. No disrespect to Landry. I want us to give some effort this offseason. And then draft one. If you get a possession receiver like Mike Evans through trade, draft me some speed. Add 2 weapons to this offense and see what's going to happen. I'm telling you. But I'm excited about the change. I'm excited what he talked about. And Jerry Jones had left this little tidbit at the end. He said, I'm looking forward to Mike McCarthy and Dak taking ownership of his offense. And I think that that's going to lead to Dak Prescott calling his own plays. That's the next step in his evolution. Dak has been going through this whole Kellen calls the plays. I run what he calls. The next step in Dak Prescott's evolution is him coming to the line, seeing what's going on, and calling his own plays, calling his own shot. I bet you that's going to be talked about this year. But it's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 17,000. I'm getting closer. I appreciate the subs. If you made it this far, man, hit the sub button for me. You know what I'm saying? Put the exclamation point in the comments so I know that you made it this far in the video. I'll holla.